I'll tell you, a lot of my step family coaching clients come to me exhausted, stuck, and with regret sitting right beside them in the room. It's real and it's palpable. So, in this video, we're going to talk about whether regret is normal, whether it means that a step family is failing, and I'll share a real client story about what to do with it. I'm Alex Harrison. I'm a licensed therapist, step family coach, and I help step families move from chaos and conflict to real connection. So, is it normal to regret blending a step family? Okay, first, I want to reframe that question entirely to this. Is it normal to have the feeling of regret? Feelings come and go, and feelings are seldom held as a singular emotion. I can be excited about a new promotion and also worried. Those two seemingly opposing emotions can absolutely coexist in one moment. I think step family life is the ultimate exercise in and. As a mom and stepmom, I've felt hope and exhaustion, connection and uncertainty, acceptance and regret. And here's why it's totally normal to feel regret. Regret is one of those emotions that can sit on the surface, especially if we're feeling super activated. But if we actually take the time to hang out with regret a little bit, it could be a good source of information about what's really going on beneath the surface, like the feeling of overwhelm or the feeling of grief. And yeah, for any of you who are walking the walk of step family life, you know the feeling of overwhelm is normal. I mean, how could it not be? We have differences in parenting styles, kids who do not naturally see those step parents as people they want to get close to or trust. We have exes stirring the pot of conflict every other day. It's just a freaking lot, not a clinical term. When everything is happening all at once, why wouldn't we think, man, my life would be so much easier if it was just me and my kids? Or I had no idea it was going to be this complicated. The feeling of regret and grief. Ugh, this is one of those feelings that we do not like to associate with step family life, right? But there's this magical myth that if we just find the right person or if we're doing it right, a step family will obviously just be this redemptive rebuilding of a new family. It's the Brady Bunch myth. But the reality is that grief is all over the place in a step family. We grieve the loss of simplicity. We grieve that even a great step family was born out of some kind of brokenness, either a divorce or the loss of a spouse. And we have to hold the grief of our kids as they experience their own unique sets of losses and changes. Enter the feeling of regret. So, do feelings of regret mean that your stepfamily is doomed? No way, not at all. But feeling regret is like a check engine light illuminating in your car's dashboard. It's supposed to trigger us to pay attention and start taking stock of what's going on under the hood. But it doesn't mean that you made the wrong choice. It doesn't mean that your stepfamily is broken or broken beyond repair. It just means that you need more support. Okay, I'm going to tell you, I was working with a client not long ago, and he was struggling with the feeling of regret. He was about a year into blending his family with his new wife and her kids. And his kids were really struggling. They moved into a shared house, and they just didn't seem to be bonding with his new wife. The guilt he felt being a witness to their adjustments, to their grief around all the changes, was overwhelming. And he felt regret. And noticing that regret made him feel even more guilty. He thought he could never share this with his new wife, that she'd be devastated and think that he wanted to end things. And here's the thing, his wife could sense that something was off. She just didn't know what. And she was feeling lonely in the absence of clarity. We worked on reframing that feeling of regret to normalize it and own that it's not some taboo experience to be ashamed of. It just simply was. And it was tied to grief. And he worked to find new language to convey that to his wife. And that was the start of his wife really being able to give him support through it. And suddenly, regret wasn't taking center stage anymore, and the volume turned down. So, what's your feeling of regret actually tied to? Like and subscribe if you want to keep learning what's actually normal in step family life and how to move the needle towards real change.